proving that the fandom menace isn't just toxic white males, it's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge, with Miss Sarcastic Nerd, Geeky Candy, and your hostess with the mostest, the mistress of mayhem herself, Miss Mary Mayhem.
I think people have been starting to talk with their wallets, and Solo was a prime example of the Star Wars fans will not show up. The main question that Andre posted in his video was, do you guys think this is bringing a new female audience to these movies? Do you think Disney is succeeding in what at least Kathleen Kennedy has set out to do in general? Miss, it looks like you want to say something first, so go right ahead.
New female? A new female audience? Yeah, sure. The millennial feminist crazies, sure, are coming and looking at the movie and going, yay, it's feminist, and then not watching it and not paying to watch it, sure. They have that audience going for them. But as for me, as for people who grew up with Star Wars in their life, I don't think real, I don't want to say real Star Wars fans. I want to say people who sort of have a passion for stories and how they've affected us as we grew up, how they've helped us escape realities that we didn't want to deal with at the time, and how passionate we are about that. That sort of affects a lot of us and a lot of people who watch Star Wars, and the way that they've handled it has really just pushed us all away. So as for a new female audience, yeah, I say sure, they've brought a new female audience, but they don't watch Star Wars. They've never cared about Star Wars. And they're only if they are watching it at all, they're only watching it because it's been deemed as a feminist movie.
Candy?
Yeah, so I think that they are bringing in new people, new audience, but here's the thing. The audience doesn't really matter who you bring in if they don't carry a wallet with them. If they're not people that spend money on this franchise in other ways, they rely on all of the marketing on their merchandising and their park. I mean, hello, Galaxy's Edge. We haven't even mentioned that. I think the proof is all you need right there on the low traffic going on in there. There's a lot I can say about that. I've been doing a lot of research and kind of seeing how it compares to different things with Universal. And it's just, it's sad. And you know, that there's heads rolling right now. Actually, there are people being booted out, females, high up executive females being booted out because of poor performance with Galaxy's Edge. So if, it's one thing to say, yeah, let's bring in this audience, this new woke crowd. But if you're going to do that at the cost of losing what you had, then you better hope that you still have a net gain. And I think that's not going to be the case. So who in the end cares? It's not going to be Disney in the end when it comes down to the dollar, because if they're going to be losing ultimately on how much they spent, so they overspent when they purchased when Disney purchased Star Wars, and it's sad because I wanted it to do well, I really did, but at the cost of alienating the fans that made it the cult following that it is, they deserve it.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Mary? Do you think it's really brought in any new female fans at all?
Look, you had a female audience, right? We're sitting right here. The fandom is rife with women. I could sit here and I could name them off for ages, and I'll give you a few examples. Anna, that's Star Wars girl. Mecha Random 42, Jessie Milestone, Candace, Miss, myself, Mara Jade, Megs, Bionic Bunny, Jedi Bunny, Darth Barbie. There are Ruthie. You've got examples all over the fandom menace. You had a female audience. We were here. You discounted us. You pretended like we didn't exist. And so you labeled us males because we disagreed. You labeled us as though we had internalized our misogyny. And you lumped us in as though we didn't count. We didn't matter.
Toxic.
Well, now your new group of people, they didn't go see Solo. And they're not buying your toys. I bought your toys. I would have gone to see Solo. I'd have seen Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'd have seen it the same amount of times I saw everything else in theaters. I'd have seen it at least 3, if not 5 or 6 times in theaters, like I did every other Star Wars movie that came before it. I would have done that. I'm not doing that now. So I hope that for every female that loved Star Wars that you turned off, I hope you've got at least another 6 in pocket that are willing to go pay to see your movie. Because you turned off a whole lot of females who were hardcore fans who would have gone and seen this over and over again. And I hope you're ready and prepared to pay that price. Because if you're not, maybe your movie won't do quite so well as you hope. There were plenty of women who would have gone to see this over and over again, who would have bought your merchandise. We're done now. But we didn't matter, right? We didn't exist. We weren't here. I'm looking at 2 beautiful ones right there.
Mm-hmm. Freddie Prinze thinks we don't exist. He says only kids watch.
Dog. No, and that's
I wanted to do a video straight to him and be like, okay, well, I guess I wanted, oh my gosh, I wanted to say so many mean things. I would have gotten in trouble. Yeah.
But no, that's a very good point, and that's something we bring up all the time on After Dark, selfless plug, is that, there was an audience already for all these franchises, and some of them were predominantly female in some cases, and you totally alienated them. Ghostbusters was a prime example where that happened. That proved it. Nobody showed up to that movie. You banked on the women showing up, and not only did nobody show up that, as far as a new crowd, you alienated the classic crowd that was there. And there were plenty of women who were fans of Ghostbusters before that. And if you don't believe me, go check out every state's group of Ghostbusters. And there's dozens, if not more than that, of women in every group. And it moves on to every other franchise. Just like, look at Terminator. That was one of the dumbest things they ever did. Not to go back to that again, but they forgot that they had a strong female base for Terminator already. Of a lot of the action franchises, I'm willing to bet that between Alien and Terminator, they do have a very strong female base. Why? I know this because just about every girlfriend, including, friends, have all liked these franchises growing up. So I know this for a fact. Now, I don't even have to go look up statistics. They were already... Die Hard was another one I'm sure that women like, There's no sense in going the other direction with that. Why would you want to fuck with that? Because women like to see men do manly things. Same thing with 007. What was that, miss?
Bruce Willis is hot.
See, that's my point. And this is something that Rob always and Mecca and all them go off about when it comes to 007 on After Dark too, is, women like to see Bond be Bond and be with hot women and all that kind of shit. They don't want to see him
Pierce Brosnan was a fantasy of mine. Oh my God. Well, and others, but I, specifically when I was of the age of kind of starting to fantasize about this, it was Pierce. So yes.
No, but that's understandable. That's the point.
Yeah,
you didn't want to see him come out and be a cuck on a 007 movie. No.
It would have ruined the fantasy.
Well, what female is interested in a male that behaves that way? And if she is in fact interested in males, what female is interested in a male that behaves that way? That's not even remotely attractive. It goes against everything that's in our biology. We want someone who is at least our equal, if not better. You're shooting to go up in the gene pool, people, not down. You're shooting upwards. That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
For a healthy, strong, supple, capable mate. That's what you look for. And so when you look at someone on screen in front of you, you want to find someone who's attractive and strong and empowered, because if you wind up in a rough situation, you're going to need them to have your back. And that's what our biology tells us. But I don't want to watch a cuck. I don't want to watch a cuck run around on screen that can't do at least what I can do. Why the heck would I be attracted to that?
Exactly.
And then why the heck did I come to this movie in the first place?
And then Go ahead.
No, I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here? Why did I give you $12? I am going to need some eye candy because I don't care about the shoot 'em up, bang, bang stuff.
You mean you don't find Poe attractive?
Well, but it's nice that they're hot.
Oh, shit.
It's a nice plus.
And that's the thing. So, I agree with the ladies for the most part. Yeah, they may have brought in some new audience to a point. Because, of course, kids are getting into it to a point, but most kids are not into this. We've already proved that and seen that, and just like the whole thing with the toys, it's been brought up a million times in a million different videos.
Little girls dressed up as Ray. They're so cute.
Yeah. I mean, there is obviously some base that's growing with this, and this will be some, you know, this next generation Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but I think this is going to be a much smaller pastiche fan base than what they're used to with Star Wars. And why?
They talk a lot of shit, but they don't put their money where their mouth is.
Exactly. They've alienated not only the main core group, but you've alienated the diverse parts of it, including the ladies, which are here to speak, you know.
And a lot of the core group have kids.
Yeah.
And they don't want to take the kids to see that.
Well, yeah, if you're actually somebody who pays attention to what your kid watches, unlike a lot of people do,
or like doing a Disney Star Wars cruise, it's not even an option for people like me. I would never do that. I wanted to at one point, but then I found out that they don't have any of they only have the new characters. They don't even have Darth Vader on board. It's all Kylo Ren and all the new characters. They don't have anything.
But
Chewbacca, and that's it.
But for the parents who actually do pay attention to what their kids are watching, I can see a kid not wanting to watch this stuff because there's nothing of redeeming value here. You know, you can look at the original trilogy and even the prequel trilogy to a point. There's strong men, there's strong women, there's strong dynamics, there's lessons to be learned, there's, you know, mistakes are made, and there's consequences. In these new movies, it's just a bunch of hackneyed bullshit. So, I don't know.
Agreed.
What was that, miss?
Someone asked a question above. That's okay if I read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
IGW said, someone will call this sexist. Was it dumb to cater to women? Star Wars is for everyone, but by design, isn't it catered toward men? When I think Mission Impossible, it's obvious who the demographic is.
Well, sure. Look, okay. Yes, it should have been. It was originally aimed at a group that would like the sort of space opera, space Star Warsy kind of stuff. And there's really no other way to describe it because it's an entity unto itself, right? And typically you will find that does appeal to males on an average basis. We're not denying that. We're sitting up here as women. We're not denying that your average person who goes to Star Wars is going to typically be more of a male. But they haven't done anything to increase the appeal to women. They've done something to increase perhaps the appeal to woke people who don't actually want to spend money on it, because look, they got their agenda in place, right? They got what they wanted out of you. They don't actually care about this movie or these characters, and they have no intention of actually paying for this stuff. The difference between SJWs and the people that they're trying to push this towards are that legitimate fans will go see the movie 5-6 times. We'll buy the merchandise. We're going to walk in and get the stormtrooper head with the popcorn in it. We are going to spend our money on it because we are emotionally invested in this. And yes, females do in fact represent a portion of that fan base, because the females who love it are die hard, just like the males. The women who show up love it just like the males do. If we show up, because we're all in it, baby.
I played all the Star Wars video games. Yep. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Shadow of the Empire, loved it.
Yeah,
I don't like much of the other ones.
Yeah, and I meant niche, not pastiche before. Sorry. But yeah, they're going to turn this into a niche kind of like thing like Star Trek.
Well, then we'll decide to the rest of us.
Because you've alienated this whole entire other base. And even the movie even took George Lucas. Yes, he made the original film with the mindset that, you know, little boys are going to dig this, their dads are going to dig this because they went and seen, you know, Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon like I did, and that's what I'm basing it on, and I might make my money back and sell some toys. That's what he thought. He had no freaking clue it was going to turn into this big global thing that it did, to not just men but women and children alike, boys and girls. Because if you even go back and watch, you know, certain things you can hear, he'll talk about like the Phantom Menace. He brings up the fact that the reason that the Queen or Princess Amidala changes her outfit so many times is so the girls had something to look at. You know, that's exactly what he said.
I love Padme. I think I enjoyed Padme. I don't like Natalie Portman at all, but I really, really liked Padme in the prequels. I'm a prequel person. Prequel movies.
Yeah, and then look at the shift between the first Star Wars and Empire, how the love story kind of took center stage with Han Solo and Leia. You know, and then we got Rookie Critic with $2. Hi, Tom. Hi, Miss. Hi, Mary. Hi, Candace. Hi, chat. Hello, Rookie Critic. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping this up we're gonna say goodbye to everybody in the chat. Aw. Real quick, ladies, why don't you tell the folks about yourselves if they want to check out your channels? Miss, let's start with you.
Well, hi there, people of Earth. I'm Miss Sarcastic Nerd, but you can call me Miss. I have a channel if you want to check that out. On that channel, I talk about movies. I talk about fun things that either make me angry or don't. I also have a Twitter. If you want to check that out, it's at Ms. Sarcastic Nerd. I'm pretty neat. I'd like to think I had a pretty good thing going on here. I mean, subscribe to me, please. Joking. No, I'm not.
She's adorable. You probably ought to subscribe though, because she's violent.
She'll track you down.
Parents hostage.
Yeah.
Is running out of room.
Midnight's Edge is not responsible for anything that Mrs. does. Anyway, do check out Mrs. channel though. Miss apostrophe S. It's weird because it sounds like I'm calling you Mrs., but I'm not trying to. But I am getting to that point where I'm even misusing words and shit, so that's nothing new.
Right.
Candy.
Yes.
Candy. Why don't you please tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
All right. Yeah. Hey, guys. I'm Candace, a.k.a. Geeky Candy, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I'm on all the social media platforms that I know how to operate right now, and Discord. So, yeah, I've got a channel. And oh yeah, at Geeky Candy is my Twitter, and you can always DM me if you want to know anything about videos or games or anything like, or give me ideas of new videos. That'd be awesome. Currently, I'm really covering in depth The Mandalorian because it is coming out this week, and as well as Star Wars Fallen Order. I have that game on. I'm going to be playing that November 15th when it drops. I do a lot of Call of Duty live streams as well. And I also cover just other random things too. But Mandalorian's my big one right now. Tomorrow I've got a premiere on a really big video. You can go check it out after this. I'm really excited about that one. So yeah, come visit. We'll chat and have a good time.
Alrighty, so do check out Candy's channel. And we got a real quick super chat. AJ1218 sends us another $2. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the super chats tonight, guys. We appreciate them so much. Good stream. Thank you. Happy Veterans Day. And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. We thank you for your service. And of course, last but definitely not least, the mistress of mayhem, the master of ceremonies yourself, or mistress of ceremonies, sorry, however you want to consider it. Miss Mary Mayhem, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi guys, I am Mary B. I am the Mistress of Mayhem, disruptor of the narrative, and official Whammon card holder. You can find me over on my channel, Mary Mayhem, where we talk about newsy news stuff during the week, and on the weekend we switch it up a little bit and do some different kind of entertainment, because I like giving you guys an option. If you're sick of what it is that is presented to you by Hollywood, you have alternatives. You can get your jollies someplace else. And so I am happy to go ahead and provide you with something to do on a Friday night besides go catch a movie where they're going to make you sit there and pay for it $12 to go watch that movie. Instead, you can come swing by my channel. We'll give you some high quality entertainment.
Shenanigans is rocking.
Shenanigans. It's a lot of fun. So yes, please do come subscribe to me, and I look forward to seeing you guys over there.
Batman has been on Shenanigans. It is very fun.
Anyway, if you don't know what that is, you'll have to find out. So do check out Shenanigans and Mary Mayhem's channel, of course. And she does pop up on Geeks and Gamers, isn't that right?
Yes, I am officially on the Geeks and Gamers team, so you can also find me over there. I do believe I had a video drop on that channel just a few hours ago, actually, right before we started the stream. So yeah, you can find me over there, guys, as well.
And I forgot to say I am on Geeks and Gamers as well. I can't believe I forgot that. That was huge for me, and I'm totally blew it. Sorry, Jeremy.
Yes, both of these lovely ladies are part of Geeks and Gamers. So this is kind of like the official Geeks and Gamers crossover stream almost. But we're going to try and work on some t-shirts and other things. And I hope those who earlier on were a bit upset understood why we saved the Star Wars talk for last. As you see, that took up the better part of the 2 hours. But yes, Toxic Femininity is a show for the diversity in the community to be able to shine and let their voices be heard on matters about things we love, such as Star Wars and all those other things that get lumped on them, like only white males are pissed off about things. Well, hello, wait a minute. There's plenty of other people involved here, and you can see 3 of those lovely faces right here with me.
Well, and more important than the diversity of our gender is the diversity of our thought. We don't necessarily adhere to the mainstream narratives. So
exactly. So we do hope you check us out every Sunday night starting at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. We're going to try and keep this going. I want to thank the lovely ladies. I want to thank you guys out there for being a lovely audience. I know a few people were a little upset at the beginning, and I do hope you guys had fun with my little bit of humor at that. I'm sorry. I just knew this is the way it was going to turn out because this was going to be a very long and extensive conversation. We didn't even get to the main question until near the end here, but I'm going to try and see if we can clip that portion out just for you guys to catch that bit, and we'll see what else we can get out of this. So until next time, I want to thank everybody once again for joining us for Toxic Femininity here on Midnight's Edge.
Proving that the fandom menace isn't just toxic white males, it's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge, with Miss Sarcastic Nerd, Geeky Candy, and your hostess with the mostest, the mistress of mayhem herself, Miss Mary Mayhem.